Hi there, how are you doing? This is Claudia from Infinity Yoga by Lulu, and I'm so glad to welcome you and to join me to this practice. So I'm thinking that today would be a good day to do just a little bit of movement, do a little bit something different of a flow, just to warm up the body, get a little bit of fire. It's going to be a lot more of strengthening and breathing through the posture 3 to 4 or maybe 5 times, just to bring a little bit of fire, a little bit of strengthening, and then we're going to target on lengthening and stretching out our lower bottom half of the body. Okay, so if you're ready, let's come to the top of the mat, and we're going to do a little bit of warm up of the body. We're going to start out with our feet. My body's going to be facing you so you can have an idea what's happening. You can come to the top of the mat. Okay. So if you're ready, we're going to roll our ankle here, just little circles. You can keep your toes to the ground in one direction. And perhaps we change the direction to the opposite side. My ankles here are a little rusty. They're cracking. And let's change it to the opposite side, shifting to the right leg and making gentle circles in one direction with your left ankle. Toes on the ground. Notice how that feels differently to the right side. Change the direction of the circles to the opposite side. Notice if one side is harder than the other, maybe the coordination. Just something fun to notice in your own body. And let's release here. We're going to bring our hands to our hips and we're going to make hula hoop circles in one direction. There's no right or wrong amount of circle or the size of the circles that you're going to make here. I let you decide if you want to make small circles, big circles. The important thing is that you keep your feet to the ground. Keep them connected. And you're just warming up your hips here from on one side. Next time that you come back to center, change it to the opposite direction. Once again, as we do these unilateral movements, sometimes we see how different our mobility and our range of motion can be. Come back to center. Excellent. Together, let's bring both arms overhead. Bring your right hand to the left wrist, and we're going to gently reach over to one side, keeping both feet to the ground. And we don't want to overdo the arching. It's just a gentle stretch here. Come back to center. Take the left hand to the right wrist and gently bring it to the opposite side. Come back to center. Release your hands. We're going to take right hand over across the body. A gentle shoulder stretch here. Come back to center. Let's take it to the opposite side. Excellent. Let's bring one hand, the palm of the right hand, to touch your back. We're going to stretch our bicep here. It's a gentle tug. You can bring your left hand to the right elbow and gently tug towards the back. And let's release here and take it to the opposite side. Left hand comes to the back to touch your back, and the right hand comes to the left elbow. And release here. Let's roll our shoulders towards the back. Gently lifting up and back. 2 more times here. And come back to center and change the directions towards the front. Up and forward. Up and forward. Excellent. And gently release your shoulders down. So let's come to the top of the mat. And we're going to go through a couple of sun salutations to get the body moving. warm up the body, and we're going to dive into just a nice flow here, a little bit more traditional, but I think these postures are very nice, very strengthening, and can also help us lengthen our muscles. So if you're ready, let's come to the top of the mat together. Our feet going to be hip distance apart, palms facing forward. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, take your feet back. You can hold here in a plank for one breath, or release your knees down, chest down, towards the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale out. One last time. Inhale. And exhale to walk your feet towards your hands into a half lift. Forward fold. Inhale, stack 1 vertebra at a time, all the way up into mountain pose. Excellent. We're going to do that 4 times. So we're going to do a round of sun salutation 8 for 5 times, including this one. Together, inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, release your hands down, take your feet back into plank or supported plank. I'll let you decide. Release your chest down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take 2 to 3 breaths here, adjust your stance. And if you would like to walk your dog here, you can pedal out your feet 1 at a time. 1 last breath. And gently walk your feet towards the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, 1 vertebra at a time, all the way up to mountain. Palms facing forward. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant your hands down, take your feet back into plank or supported. Exhale, release your chest. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take 2 to 3 breaths. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale out. 1 last time. Inhale. Exhale out. Walk your feet towards the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, swan dive your hands all the way up into prayer and hands down to heart center. We're going to repeat that 2 more times. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, take your feet back. Exhale, release your chest down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take 2 to 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale out. Our downward dogs are going to be our resting postures. So breathe in here and exhale out. And if at any time you need to bring your knees down and take it to child's pose, always feel free to adapt and change your practice as needed. This is simply a guide. Ultimately, it's your choice, it's your body. So listen to your boundaries here. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Hands together to prayer and down to heart center. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down. Take your feet back. Exhale, release your chest down. Inhale, upward salute. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale, lengthen through those sit bones to the sky. Find space between your shoulders and your ears. Soften your jaw, soften your neck. And walk your feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Upward salute, hands together to prayer. And down to heart center one last time. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, take your feet back, plank pose. You can release your knees down, chest down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. 2 breaths here. In through the nose. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale out. Extend the right foot up and back. 3-legged dog. Exhale, release your right foot forward in between your hands. Runner's lunge. Take a moment here. Hold. Stand on your fingertips. Feel that nice fire in your legs holding you up. Release your knee down. Inhale. And hold here. Soften your shoulders. Feel that nice fire in your quads. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale out. We're going to gently open to the right side. Gentle twist. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. Exhale, hands down. And take your hips back into a half split or half Hanuman. Feel that lengthening of the right leg. And gently walk forward. Take your right foot back, downward dog. And let's take a flow here. Come forward into a plank or supported plank. Release your chest down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Catch your breath here. When you're ready, extend your left foot up and back. Exhale, step your left foot forward in between your hands. Runner's lunge. Just as we did the other time, we're going to feel that engagement of our legs to hold us up. Finding that strength within ourselves. Connect with our body. Feel our own power here. Release your right knee down, arms up. Low lunge. Feel the activation of both of your legs creating a force inward and then upwards to lengthen the spine. Reach through the fingertips. Notice how this feels in your own body as you create that pull, and we're not just like allowing ourselves here to like fall or stretch it completely out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. We're going to open our arms to the side. Deep breath in. Exhale, sweep left arm up. And bring your hands down. Hips back. Half split. Your toes could be down or you can point them upwards. Gentle stretch here and lengthening of the back of the left leg. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling out. Inhale, exhale one last time. Inhale, Exhale out and gently walk forward. Frame your foot. Take the left foot back. Downward dog. Let's take a flow here together. Come forward into a plank. Release your chest down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take 2 to 3 breaths here. Inhale, reach your right foot up to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Spin the back heel down and come up to a warrior one. Hips are going to be pointing forward. Your back foot is going to be slightly on an angle. If by any chance you feel like it's overdoing the stretch here, always shorten your stance a little bit. Notice these little things of yourself. Take a deep breath in. Interlace your fingers to the back. Open your chest here. And we're going to take a humble warrior, opening your chest and bringing your head down towards the ground. Arms to the sky. You can also hold your forearms or opposite elbows here, whichever one feels best. Notice that you need to use the strength of your legs to hold yourself up, to have a nice balance here. Inhale, come back up. Release your hands up to the sky. Open up into a warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down. Take your right foot back. Downward dog here. Adjust yourself. Let's take a flow. Come forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath in. Exhale out. One last time. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Exhale, bring it in between your hands. Take a moment here. Spin the back heel down. Hips facing forward, up into warrior one. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out. We're going to interlace our fingers to the back one more time and take a humble warrior on the opposite side, leaning over towards the inside of your left foot, arms to the sky, or you can take your opposite elbows, whichever one feels best here. Inhale, exhale out. Inhale, exhale, release, come back up, hands up to the sky, and open up into a warrior two, adjusting your back foot to be parallel to the back of the mat. Arms to the side, gaze forward. Cartwheel your hands, frame your left foot, take your left foot back. Downward dog, deep breath in. Exhale, let's take a flow here, chest all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. In through your nose. Exhaling out. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. Exhale down. We're going to actually bring your right knee to the right thumb. I would take a traditional version of pigeon pose. You can bring a block underneath your right hip if you feel like it's a little bit too tight and you need a little bit of support. That's always okay. You can always remove it and adjust as your body continues to release that tightness. If not, you can always stay where you are. You can walk you can bring yourself down to your forearms. You can always release your forehead down towards the mat. Whichever one you're at today, just take a moment here to breathe into that space of tightness and tension. And can we find that space of release? Can we slow down the mind, the breath, the body, and to completely focus here on our intention of the tightness that we might feel or experience at this time. One last breath, and gently walk your hands back up. We're going to allow our right hip to come down towards the mat, and we're going to gently flip our left toes up to the sky here. And we're going to take a gentle side stretch here. Our left hand to our left shin, right arm reaches overhead. Opening up your chest here. Once again, we don't want to create a closing of our heart. We want to open up our body. And come back up. We're going to transition and look back forward into pigeon. Take your right foot up, not up, get back into a downward dog. And we're going to do that same to the opposite side here. We're going to bring our left knee to the left thumb. And we're going to take that nice pigeon pose on the left side. Notice how the left hip is feeling compared to the right. Take a moment here, see how you feel. If you want to bring in that block that I mentioned before, you can also do so. If not, we can explore coming down to our forearms or releasing our head down towards the mat if that feels good for you today. Once again, use this moment just to slow yourself down. Notice if you can soften the edges of your body that are a little bit tight, a little bit tense. With each inhale and exhale. Do you feel like you can soften and release a little bit more tension? Inhale and exhale out. Let's take one more breath here. And just as we did on the opposite side, we're going to come back up onto our hands, allow the left hip to come down, and we're going to open to a half wide leg forward, wide leg here. And we're going to bring our right forearm to the right shin, left arm reaches overhead. Having issues here connecting the movements, the body, the transitions. Please don't mind me. A deep breath in, exhale out. Reaching through the fingertips, lengthening of the torso, keeping the contacts of the sit bones to the ground. And gently come back up. And we're going to bring and transition back into that pigeon and take the left foot back into a downward dog. Take a moment here to lift through the sit bones up to the sky. Lengthen the spine. And exhale, release the knees down to the ground. We're going to take a gentle twist here or thread the needle for the spine. As you have taken a couple of different classes with me, you've noticed that I mentioned how important it is to lengthen and stretch out and bring movement to the entire body because everything is connected. Sometimes the tightness in your feet can affect your posture, just as the tightness in your back can affect the overall well-being of your body too. So with that in mind, let's come to a tabletop position. The tops of your feet are going to be planted to the ground. We're going to bring the right hand to the back of our right ear. And we're going to inhale to open to the right side. Exhale to close, bring the right elbow towards the left arm. Inhale, open. Exhale to close. And we're going to do that 3 times. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale out. 1 last time. Inhale, hold to open. Extend the right arm. And as you exhale, we're going to thread through the left arm underneath, and we're going to place our right shoulder on the ground. And we're going to walk our left hand forward. Here, a gentle twist, an opening of the shoulder blades, the back. And as you're here, notice also the balance of the weight being distributed between your left knee and the right. And if you feel one is holding more weight than the other, then kind of lean into that one side that feels like it's not supporting equally. Bring that top hand forward and towards you, and reach the right arm up to the sky. Release it down to the ground. And now we're going to take it to the opposite side. We're going to bring the left hand to the left ear, and then we're going to rotate to open to the left side. I'm just going to change the orientation of my body so you can see me better. You stay where you are. So left hand to the left ear. We're going to inhale to open to the left side. Exhale to close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. We're going to do that 3 more times. Exhale. Inhale 2 more times. Inhale, last time here. As we open up, reach left arm up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to thread through the right, under the right arm. Release the left shoulder to the ground and walk the right hand forward. Once again, notice what's happening with your hips. Are we leaning into more to one side than the other? Even it out. And as you take a deep breath in and exhale out, notice how your back is feeling, your shoulders. Notice if there's any tightness in the chest that needs to be released as well. Inhale, exhale out. Inhale, and exhale. Gently walk the top hand in towards you and release here. Lift the left hand up to the sky and release it down towards the ground. Take a moment here to adjust yourself. And we're going to take a couple of cat-cows with variation here. We're going to inhale to arch your back. And as you exhale, you're going to take your hips back into almost a child's pose. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, take your hips back. Finding a nice range of motion here. Inhale. Exhale out. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 last time. Inhale. And the next time that you take your hips back, we're going to hold it here in child's pose, hands forward. And take a time here just to really settle in, to release any tightness here in the shoulders and your back. Allow your forehead to be supported by the ground beneath you. Breathing in through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth. Inhale, exhale out, melting your heart towards the ground. Inhale, exhale out, 1 last time. Inhaling and exhaling out. Gently walk your hands towards you. Your feet are going to be, or your sit bones are going to be on your heels. And we're going to bring ourselves down to a seated posture. With our knees here, or actually with the soles of our feet together. Into butterfly posture. Interlace your fingers underneath your feet. Inhale to open up your chest. As you exhale, gently lean forward. Inhale, exhaling out. Inhale, exhale, come back up. And we're gonna take, we're gonna change our orientation and come all the way down. We're gonna hug our knees in. Give yourself a gentle hug. We're gonna take a gentle twist, bring your both knees to the right side. And your left arm is gonna open up to the left side. Your gaze can follow your left hand. And gently come back to center. And take both knees to the left. You can bring your right hand outwards, and your gaze can follow your right fingertips. Come back to center. We're gonna bring our victory fingers to our big toes. Our soles of our feet are gonna be up to the ceiling. We're gonna take happy baby pose here. You can rock yourself from side to side. Noticing how you feel, how your back feels. This is also great for your hip openers, allowing those knees to come in towards your armpits. If you would like, you can also take the outer edge of your feet and press them towards the ground. That might be a little bit more of an intense feeling of stretch, but that's always an option if you would like to explore. And gently release here, bringing one foot down at a time and extending one foot. And then the next, palms facing up, checking in your shoulders here, allowing your feet to clock outwards, closing your eyes, softening your cheekbones, softening your jaw, softening your neck, your shoulders, your chest, the muscles along your spine, your abdomen, your hips, your thighs, your glutes, your hamstrings, your knees, your calf muscles, your ankles, your feet, your toes, your arms, your hands. And take a moment here to settle in, to enjoy a little bit of stillness. A little bit of you time before you start up your day or before you end your day. Perhaps you notice the difference between the quality of your breath at the beginning of the practice and at the end. And perhaps I invite you to cultivate and bring that awareness of a deeper breath during your days or the moments of a lot of stress or movement. It's always such a powerful tool that helps you self-regulate, to calm yourself down, to recenter. Wiggle your toes, circle your wrists and ankles. Perhaps you draw everything in towards the center of your body, lifting your head slightly up and rolling onto one side and come to meet me at a seated posture. Together, let's take a deep breath in hands overhead, palms together into prayer and down to heart center. And today I bow down to you for putting all the effort, the time to connect with yourself, to this practice, to show up differently for those around you, for how you show up for yourself, and anything that you want to cultivate. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. See you again soon.